If you need to find words that mix upper and lowercase characters together, you'll appreciate this quick tip. Here I show you how to use a wildcard search to find just about any mixture you may want. You know what uppercase and lowercase mean, but what about Camel-Case? This is the informal name for words that mix upper and lowercase letters together, such as YouTube or FedEx or PowerPoint. There's any number of words that can be considered camel-case words. Some people refer to mixed case words instead of camel-case words. You might wonder if it's possible to easily search for such mixed case words. The short answer is yes, this can be done, but it is best to first figure out what exactly is meant by Camel-Case. When it comes to words like YouTube or WhatsApp, they begin with an uppercase letter and then have a single capital letter in the remainder of the word, ending in a lowercase letter. But what about words like iPhone or email or eBay, where the entire word is lowercase except for a single uppercase letter within the word? And what about acronyms such as UOT or PhD? The mixture of uppercase and lowercase within a word is important to note. Each variation can be described as a pattern of letters. And because we can do that, because we can define that pattern, then we can use a wildcard search to look for the pattern. The sample document I have on the screen is mostly filler words, but I have a few camel-case words that are scattered throughout the document. These words use different patterns of uppercase and lowercase letters. Let's say, though, that I want to define camel-case words as those that begin with an uppercase letter and have another single uppercase letter elsewhere in the word, as in YouTube or in FedEx. You could follow these steps to find such words. Go ahead and press Ctrl-H to display the Replace tab of the Find and Replace dialog box. You don't want to stick on the Replace tab, though. You want to jump over to the Find tab. And then we're going to click on More if it's available. That expands this dialog box to its full size. This option, right down here, Use Wildcards, is the one that we want to choose. We're going to specify a pattern that we want Word to search for when it's looking through the document. That, by definition, is what wildcards are, a pattern for what you want to find. Here's the pattern that you need to enter for this type of camel-case word that we've defined. The first portion means find a word that begins with exactly one uppercase letter. The A to Z defines the range of uppercase letters that are acceptable, and the less than sign indicates the letter needs to appear at the beginning of the word. This portion of the pattern means followed by at least one lowercase letter. Again, the A to Z defines a range of lowercase characters to be matched. The @ sign that follows that means one or more of that preceding character. The next portion of the pattern, A to Z again, means followed by exactly one uppercase letter in that range of A to Z. Finally, this portion of the pattern means followed by at least one lowercase letter that ends the word. You can probably figure out that the A to Z defines the range of lowercase characters, the @ sign means one or more, and the greater than sign means at the end of the word. This pattern fulfills the camel-case definition of a single uppercase letter followed by lowercase letters, a single uppercase letter, and terminating lowercase letters. It's the pattern that I entered in the Find What box. Now I can click on Find Next, and Word will find the very next instance of that word that matches the pattern. You can see that it found the word YouTube within the document. I can click on it again, and I can find the next word that matches that pattern, which we see is the word FedEx. The key here, of course, is to make sure that the pattern entered in the Find What box matches exactly what you need in your camel-case words. If you determine that your definition of camel-case consists of a different pattern, then you only need to figure out the pattern and use that pattern in your search. If a single pattern may be a bit too restrictive, for instance, you might consider both smart art and iPhone to be Camel-Case words, then you might consider searching for just a portion of a word instead of the entire word. Let me get out of this here for just a second. We'll go back to the beginning of the document, and then I'm going to pull up the Find and Replace dialog box again and jump over to the Find tab, and we're going to change this pattern up here. This time, we're going to use this following pattern, where we say we're going to look for a lowercase letter A to Z, followed by an uppercase letter A to Z, followed again by a lowercase letter A to Z. In other words, it's two lowercase characters surrounding immediately around an uppercase character. If we go ahead and click on Find Next Now, then we can see that it does indeed find YouTube, but it only shows those three letters within the word YouTube. If I click on Find Next, you can see that it finds iPhone right here. Find Next again, and it does FedEx again, and we can see it does eBay, and we could keep going through this document if we wanted to. This limited pattern should help find any potential Camel-Case words in the document. When you determine patterns of characters that you want to search for, then doing a wildcard search becomes very powerful. As you have special searching needs, make sure that you look for the patterns and try different ways to search for your text. I hope that you found this quick tip helpful. If you did, well, you might consider signing up for the free Word Tips newsletter. Information is in the notes just below this video. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me today.